Welcome back to the Gobby Gaffer. It's part 4 of my time over here in Italy managing Torino, and well, you join me today as we've gone on we've had a very disappointing collapse. We were looking at European football for next season. Even Champions League was mentioned, but like I say, a very disappointing collapse. Coming out of character for a second, if you could please give me a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm on 951 subscribers now. I need 49 to hit 1,000. So any new subscribers, it would be greatly appreciated. I'm trying to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. Okay, back in character. I'm the Gobby Gaffer. Let's have a look what's been going on. So the signs were on the wall against Genoa. We couldn't hit a barn door with a banjo. We missed so many chances in that game. The football was awful. I think we were 2-0 down in that game? I can't remember now, but I think we were 1-0 down. No, we were 1-0 down. We came back, levelled it 1-1. I thought, right, okay, here we go. This is the comeback. No, they went 2-1 ahead. We got it back to 2-2. I made some drastic changes. I changed the formation, the tactic. I changed absolutely everything. Positionings, I thought, right, something's not right here. You get to know, don't you? Something is not right. And we managed to sneak a late winner, 3-2. But like I say, the writing was on the wall. And in the Atalanta game, 1-0 loss. Lazio, a 2-1 loss. Juventus, who are having an awful season, awful season. We were at home. We couldn't manage a 2-2 draw. And then Inter Milan, we were getting absolutely smashed. I think it was about 35 minutes on the clock. And every time Inter Milan came forward, they just very nearly broke the net with the ball. Every shot was on target. 4 goals, 4-0. We did manage to scrape a couple of goals towards the end of the game, but pretty awful at the moment. And I think basically now it's just the problem is with football is, you know, you've got like the board requirement is mid-table, and as like a fan or a manager or whatever, you see your team doing, you're overachieving, you think, you know what, we could actually do it better than that. We could maybe get into Europe, and I was proper excited. No, I think we're going to end the season probably mid-table, and we'll achieve the board's requirement, which, from my point of view, is very disappointing, because I've seen the kind of football that we can play, and obviously, look at the before Atalanta, we'd had a lovely run of shiny green dots, got ourselves into a European position, and then it all collapsed. So last 2 games of the season, it is Spezia at home and Fiorentina away. So we'll get these 2 games out of the way, and then we'll go into the summer transfer window. I think it's worthwhile have a look at the finances as well, because I'm not really going to be able to do an awful lot with this team. I am going to have to hope and pray that there are some really good players out of contract on free transfers, because we can't afford, we haven't got a penny to spend. We're 4.5 million in debt in the bank, no transfer budget, and next season's transfer budget is 0 by the looks of it. We haven't had the budget through yet, but the wage budget we are underspending, which is a good thing, because if I am going to bring players in on free transfers, then it's all about wage budget, isn't it? But and before I forget, very important, we need to look at the league table. So we are catching up somewhat now. The Italian league is very, very odd. There was one stage where Juventus had played 3 games less than us. And it's very difficult to get a feel for the league when you've got that kind of situation. But we are getting nearer to it. I mean, once again, if you look there, Juventus have still only played 34 games. So, when they win those games, then they will jump above us, and we will drop to, 9th position. So, I think mid-table is probably where we're going to finish. I'm a bit disappointed if you've not grasped that by now. Anyway, let's get stuck into these last 2 games, see where we finish, and then we can move on to next season, transfer window, see what kind of team I can put together. Okay, it's 14th placed Spezia today, and yeah, I know it looks a bit weird, but because we've been playing so badly, I've been shuffling the pack and just trying different things, but nothing seems to be shaking us out of this really, really poor run of form. Savic in goal. We have two centre backs on, Buongiorno and Shaw's. I've got a right full back that is defending to try and help that defence out a little bit. Flicks in there as a ball winning midfield player. And Kemlin, he's playing a box to box. So he's coming back and helping out in the defence as well. I mean, it didn't work against Inter. We were awful. Matson is going to play a bit higher. He's got an instruction to cut in and shoot us. I don't know. I'm just clutching at straws, really. It's really caught me off guard because I thought going into the end of the season, I thought we were going to, have a really good run in and get some kind of European football. And we've been conceding goals in like the 30th second of a gate opening up. And of course that knocks the stuffing out of you then. So, I mean, Ilic, deep line playmaker. Vlasic, he's playing just behind Colombo. And we have got Cardoso. I've just noticed he's not fully fit. But, you know what? I think we're just going to go into the game. Okay, so Juventus did win one of their games in hand. So we have dropped to 9th position now. Ball down the right-hand side. And Colombo doesn't seem bothered about chasing for that one. So Spezia, who we should really be beating reasonably easy. I mean, we are at home. They're 14th in the league. I don't think they're a particularly fancy team. But then I suppose if you speak to aficionados of football, I suppose they would say Torino are not a particularly fancy team either. But anyway, we have given the ball away, and that's not unusual. We'll be doing an awful lot of that. The back four there, trying to keep a nice tight line to try and catch the opposition offside. Matson there plays the ball into their centre forward, who blasts it wide. That's usually us who do that. So yeah, it's been very, very frustrating and disappointing. The last 4 games have been awful. The Inter Milan game, I mean, I had my head in my hands. It was just, we got absolutely smashed in the first half hour. So once again, we've given the ball away. Vlasic puts the ball in the back of the net. And, well, we've given the ball away. And then a little bit of endeavour there shown by one of my players. And my word, do we need a bit of endeavour shown by all 11 players, not just the one. All 11 players need to show this kind of endeavour there. Win the ball back. I think it was Flick there, playing very high. And between Flick and Vlasic, we do win the ball and we score an early goal, which we haven't done for the last 4 games. Okay, ball's in defence now, and we do win it. Vidal plays the ball to Cardoso. Barbara is playing the ball to Schurz. Back to Cardoso again. So if you remember, he wasn't quite fully fit for this game. So we probably will be taking him off at some stage. I mean, I've dropped the 2-striker system. Didn't seem to be of any benefit. Literally no idea what my player was doing there. Did he trip over his bootlaces? Had he had a heavy breakfast and didn't feel like challenging for the ball? Literally no idea. But the important thing is Spezia win the ball, and and Savic there. He goes, "Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a football. I meant to catch it." I mean, my word. Come on, lad. You're a goalkeeper. You know what a football looks like. So Spezia have had 3 shots, only the 1 on target. I think we maybe should go attacking in this game now. Football manager, it's, the best form of defence is always attack, isn't it? And a nice free kick there from Schurz, tipped over the bar by Rodak. Okay, so we are winning 1-0 at the moment. Very slim lead this. I'd like to see us score another goal, but if the last 4 games are anything to go by, then we probably won't do that. And it'll probably squeaky bum time, I suppose. Kemlin now plays the ball to Shaw's. Shows to Matson. Matson playing very high there as the wing back, but he is on instruction to cut inside, so he will come inside. He won't run up that line like he's doing now. Header. Colombo scores, and oh my word, what I wouldn't have given for some of this play and these goals in the last 4 games that we played. My word. Those 4 games look like men against boys. Us being the boys, of course. We look totally out of our depth. But, you know what? At the end of the day, the board want mid-table. It looks like we're going to get mid-table. So, we made the board happy. And Colombo there has scored his 2nd goal. He's not scored in a game for about 6 games now, including that really bad run of form that we had. And that's awarded. So Colombia's decided to come back now and start waking up and scoring a few goals. Colombia, lad, could you not have done that against Juventus or Atalanta or any of the other teams that we played? No, where were you? You were gone missing, mate. Gone missing. He could be on his bike at the end of the season. We need to have a bit of a shuffle round, I think, but money is going to be very, very tight. This is a sight for sore eyes. I'm not used to this. We're winning 3-0 at half-time. We are going to say that we're pleased. Probably need to maybe take Cardoso off. Yeah, he's looking quite tired. So I think we will bring Azon onto the pitch. He can do his usual pressing forward malarkey. But, of course, he's not been on form either. So I think we'll leave it like that. Everything looks all right there. Make a few more changes as the second half moves on. Well, the team has decided to turn up today. 12 shots, 7 on target. Sight for sore eyes this. Flick plays a lovely ball over to Barbary. Is he going to hit that? He is going to hit it, but miles off target, unfortunately. Vlasic now. So we will get a little bit of prize money for finishing mid-table. And it's probably looking at about 4 million or something like that. It might give us an even bank balance. I'm not so sure about sponsorship money and whatever. I don't know whether we've got much of that coming in, to be honest. But like I said in the intro, I think I am going to have to use my expertise in the transfer market and see if I can find any free transfers that are better than the players that we've got. Because, you know, essentially that's the aim, isn't it? You know, let's try and have a better team next season and try and get into Europe of some kind. Because that's where the money is, isn't it? Although not so much in the Conference League or the Europa. The Champions League is where you need to be. Okay, 72 minutes and we have made those changes now. Delavale comes on as right fullback, Matoro on the wing on the left-hand side, Ilkan in midfield, and Fujimoto has come on as the attacking midfielder. And we come straight back to a free kick. Buongiorno there plays that free kick straight up into the danger area. Barbary now, he's going to do what with this? Decides not to take his man on. And I think, you know, we need players in that area of the pitch that are willing to take players on, because, you know, getting up that wing and whipping some crosses in, instead he decided to just do a bit of a spin and pass it back to the centre half, and that's not great, is it really? That doesn't really get you anywhere in a football game. 10 minutes of the game left. We are winning 3-0. So those 3 early goals have stood us in good stead. Just having a look at what mentality we're on. Maybe we should drop to cautious. I keep forgetting I'm on attacking. Okay, Flick now. Flick picks the ball up. Ilkan to Fujimoto. Colombo does a nice turn. And Azon scores himself, but the linesman's flag is up. So that one won't count. That's a shame, because it would have been nice for our 2 strikers to have finished the season scoring a few goals, but yeah, disallowed. Shame that. Yeah, Azon has not really done what I wanted him to at all. Colombo is leading goal scorer. I think he's scored about 14 or 15 goals, but therein lies the problem, you know. 14, 15 goals from your main striker for a season. It's nowhere near good enough, is it? 2 minutes of time added on, and well, we do get to full time. We've won 3-0, so we'll give the lads a delighted, which is the first delighted I've given them for a long time. Believe me, my word, have I been angry with them. Okay, let's move into the last game of the season. And just before we go, 7th place now, 37 games played, 59 points. But Juventus are still lagging behind by those 2 games. So when they get the points in those games, we will drop to, well, it's going to be 8th or 9th, isn't it? Because we're only 1 point ahead of Lazio. So last game of the season is against 3rd place Fiorentina. As expected, Juventus did get the points in those 2 catch-up games. So if we win today, we'll finish 8th. Quite creditable, but it won't give us any European football for next season. Which, I mean, it could be a blessing in disguise, because I still need to build this squad up. It's very small at the moment. I mean, to play in Europe, any European competition, it would need to be a much bigger squad. So maybe next season we can bring a little bit of money in, sponsorship, league position, maybe even selling 1 or 2 players. I don't know. Okay, I think it's the same team as we put out for the last game, so I'm not going to read all of those out. Yeah, same team. Azon is injured today, so Colombo is on his own up front. Okay, first highlight, and Vlasic is going to take this. 12 minutes on the clock. Can we get an early header in on goal? No, we can't. Beyond Jono. Plays it to Ilic. He's going to smash that in the back of the net. And we are winning 1-0 at Fiorentina, which is a little bit unusual, if I'm honest. I'm not, again, like the last game, I'm not used to this. I'm used to watching a team who can't kick a ball straight. So Ilic in the back of the net, and past Tarati. Very, very nice goal. My goalkeeper, by the way, Savic, is wanted. He was wanted by Sunderland. Not interested in Sunderland, apparently, but the Saudis have come in for him. He's very interested in going there. So maybe a change of goalkeeper for next season. But at least that would, because I have problems with his name. He wants to be known by his first name, and I want to call him Savic. So maybe him going will it'll relieve my problems. But anyway, you never know. It might bring a little bit of money in, and if we can pick a keeper up on a free transfer, then it all helps the finances, doesn't it? Well, we are winning 1-0 away at 3rd place Fiorentina. And Fiorentina, obviously, they've got their eyes on European football for next season. And they're just getting a feel for the ball there, passing it around to the back, doing the sensible thing. They're 1-0 down, so they're just trying to, you know, keep the ball a little bit. Are we going to play that forward? No, Kemlin now coming forward from his... and the ball's in the back of the net. Colombo gets another goal. The referee is talking to VAR on this one. He may or may not stand this, but once again, if these performances would have, if we'd have had these, it's been awarded, we're winning 2-0. If we'd have had these performances against Atalanta and Juventus, Inter Milan, etc., then we would have got in the Europa League, I think. But we saw nothing like this. And we've had 2 shots, both on target. For 4 games, I think 4 games, if I gave you a total of shots on target in 4 games, we probably had 3 in all the 4 games. Matsson's injured, okay. That's a bit of an early injury, 27 minutes on the clock. Cardoso now with the throw. Throws it to Maturo. Ball's pinged out here to Buongiorno. He could be one of the ones that we could earn a little bit of money off if we decided to sell him. I mean, you would think with 2 defenders like Buongiorno and Schürrle, we wouldn't be conceding goals. My word, the Inter Milan game, it still smarts a little bit, that one. They absolutely smashed us. 4 attacks in half an hour, and every single ball very nearly broke the net. I was very nearly in tears, if I'm honest, because it was so disappointing to watch. It was very, very upsetting. You've got a wing back running forward there, Ilic to Vlasic. Vlasic is going to score that, isn't he? Yeah. Those, I mean, I had 4 of those, I think. At least one in each game. And every time they very nearly hit the corner flag with them. This time, it's 3-0. And this is the kind of form that saw us climb the table and get into contention for some European spots. And as soon as we got there, we fell away so drastically. Now we're winning the last 2 games of the season. So we should finish 8th. And, I mean, hold on a minute. Let me just have a quick look. Let's have a look at the... right, where are we now? Around the grounds. So the league table at the moment has us in 7th place, which is not Conference League, is it? It looks like at the moment Bologna and Juventus are in contention for the Conference League. I think we have to get that 6th spot, and as you can see there, I don't think we can get that, can we? What are Juventus doing? They're losing 1-0 at home, right? Okay, then, so we can't get that 6th spot. Okay, that's fine. I mean, let's just carry on. It's worth having a look, isn't it? You never know. I might be doing all of the, you know, well, we're only going to finish here and whatever, and we could have ended up with a European spot, but it's not looking likely. Okay, 3-0 ahead against Fiorentina. Very unlikely result, this one. But obviously it does us absolutely no good at all. I mean, it's only a league positions, isn't it, really? It's the difference between 8th and 9th. It's a nice win, but sometimes nice wins don't actually, you know, get you anywhere, do they? We're going to stay as we are, I think. Let's move into the second half. I would have thought that the points would have been in the bag now. Give the ball away there. That's a little bit of a bad sign. Ball into the middle. Is he going to have a pop? And he tries to chip the keeper, and it comes up back off the frame of the goal. Okay, Fiorentina now putting a little bit of pressure on a corner. That's blasted in. That has gone into the back of the net. So are we still on attacking mentality? We are. Keep forgetting to do that. Let's drop to a cautious mentality. So they have got one back, Fiorentina. I mean, it's kind of, I suppose, on the cards, really, because I couldn't see Fiorentina getting absolutely smashed by Torino 3-0 at home on the last game of the season. But, okay, it's 3-1. Plenty of time for them to get some more goals. But then equally, plenty of time for us to get another goal as well. Fiorentina again with the ball now. Are they going to get the second? Ball back to their keeper, Tarati, who I think he's quite a decent keeper. I mean, he's one maybe. If he's out of contract at the end of the season, maybe we could go in for him. Ball over the top. That's the keepers all day long. Savic bowls the ball out to Schurz. Kemlin. Are we going to go down the wing with this one? Yes, we are. Cardoso pulls it inside. Plays a smart little ball to Ilic. And Ilic just plays a ball forward there that I literally had no idea what that was for. It was so short. He had a ball to a wing back there on his left-hand side, and that's going to be a penalty, I think. Penalty shout here. So, looks like Fiorentina could be bringing it back to 3-2 now. Checking the penalty. Penalty is awarded. Okay, Savic, this could be your last thing that you're going to do for us. Can you save this penalty and make yourself look really nice and put another £1 million on your transfer fee? No, he can't. And it is 3-2. I have dropped to a cautious mentality now, though. I think we might make a few changes and just... I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? You know, the scoreline doesn't really matter. However, things have changed a little bit here now. So Juventus are winning now. So they're not the team to be looking at. Bologna are the latest one now. They're winning 2-0. If they don't win that game or we win ours, we could potentially we could potentially leapfrog them. Interesting. Okay, as we try to hang on to this 3-2 lead now, we were 3-0 up, so no idea. But so yeah, we made some substitutions. Fujimoto's come on, Ilkan, Ricci. I think that's it. Yeah, and we've dropped into a cautious mentality now. So let's just see if we can hold on to this 3-2 and hope that Bologna concede 2 goals. Okay, Fiorentina now with the corner. That's flashes past the post, and that was very, very dangerous. Okay, it's all changed again. 10 minutes of the game left now, and Juventus are losing 2-1 at home now. But it makes no difference because obviously we are winning. We can't move any closer than 7th place. I mean, maybe, you know, because sometimes you get this extra place given, you know, if like cup competitions, if somebody else does something and then wins something, that kind of thing. We may well get a Conference League. I don't think we will though. So 5 minutes of time added on, and are we going to finish the season with a bit of an unlikely win, if I'm honest? Fiorentina in 3rd place. We do actually run out winners 3-2. So once again, I wish I'd have been able to do that in that really bad spell that we had, because all I was just angry in that. So we've won the last 2 games of the season. Very nice going into next season. Gives us a little bit of momentum there. And the league table finishes with us in 7th place. So we actually overachieved. 62 points. Not too bad, really. Considering where, you know, when I joined the club, where we were. We've done very, very well. It's just a shame because when you're given a little bit of something and it's like, oh, you could have this. No, you can't. Yeah, it's not great, is it really? It doesn't give you a warm, rosy feeling inside. But, you know, on the whole, we've done all right, haven't we? And we do get 5.4 million for finishing in 7th place. The money's not great in the Italian league, is it? But let's have a quick look at the finances then. If we can go into the summer transfer window with a little bit of a surplus, no, we're still 1.5 million in the red in the bank. So not ideal. Quick look at the squad. Let's have a look at expired contracts. Right, okay, so we've got a few. Luca Gamello is the backup keeper. Wakehorst, who is out on loan. Sazanov's contract is up. Della Vale's contract is up. I mean, that's going to save us, what, £11,000 a week, unless I decide to give them new contracts. And then, of course, all of the loan players. And I mean, that might be another way forward as well, is, you know, packing the team out with loan players. Other than that, that's all of the players that are likely to leave. I mean, if we do a transfer value, right, so Ricci's worth, well, I'm not going to read all of these out, but there is some worth there, isn't there? Biangiorno is wanted by Real Madrid and Saudi. Ricci is wanted, Saudi. Schürrle is wanted, Saudi. Vlasic is wanted, Saudi. I mean, the Saudi teams want most of my team, I think. But you never know. You know, if Ricci goes for anything near to 50 million, that could solve all our financial problems overnight. And the board's setting initial budgets, and a little bit of a surprise, they've actually given me 2.3 million to spend. And the wage budget 1.1, so I'm probably going to be transferring all of that into, how does that make the finances look now then? Right, okay, so the wage budget's not moved by that much. But if I move all of that transfer budget, it doesn't really do very much, does it, to be honest? Yeah, it doesn't really do too much. And one last look at the league, and it looks like Lazio have won. Have they won like the Europa League or something? Because they have qualified for Europe there. But yeah, we've just fallen outside by 1 point. So Bologna have got that to Europa League, not Europa League, Conference League position. Juventus are in the Europa League. So it looks like no European football for us next season. but maybe a bit of a blessing in disguise, because this squad does need to grow a lot before we can start challenging in Europe, and we don't have a great lot of money. So overall, not a bad season. I think we've slightly overachieved there. Mid-table the board wanted. We finished in 7th place. So maybe next season, if we can improve that by a couple of places, we could end up in the Europa League, which would be absolutely brilliant. Although looking at that, it looks like there's only one team in the Italian league that can qualify for the Europa League. So getting that one position and being very specific about it, it's not going to be easy. And when you've got the likes of Juventus and AS Roma in front of you, even Fiorentina, then it's going to be tough. And of course this season, Juventus, very, very poor season for them. Even Atalanta finished below us in 10th place. Not ideal for them. Okay, well, it's a little bit of head-scratching time now. We've got the summer transfer window. Let's see if I can do a little bit of magic in there. It is going to have to be free transfers. We don't have any money to spend. So, but it's one of those hit-and-miss things. Are there going to be players available that are better than what we've got that are available on free transfers? And even then, will they come to us? I've no idea. But like I say, looking forward to that. Looking forward to doing a bit of wheeler dealing. And we'll come back next time all refreshed for another bash at the Italian First Division. And let's see if we can finish in maybe, well, 5th place would be Europa League. That would be amazing. We'll see you very shortly.